Hey y'all, it is Ms.Chelle Latrice. So, listen, have a little something on my mind, it's my opinion and whatnot. So, y'all, I'm trying to wean myself off of reality TV. I really am. But I know y'all saw the episode of the Housewives, the Atlanta Housewives, and the last one, the last episode, um, where I guess Kenya Moore, her and her husband, did a charity event, right? And it looks like Kenya put in a lot of work. You know, she did a lot of work, and it just went through. It just went kind of went through the night with the charity event, and just kind of how he his interaction with her during the event and whatnot. And I guess after the event was both of them put out statements that they filed for divorce or they separated or something to that effect. I believe they filed for divorce separately. But this is what I want to say about that episode, and it really had if you have watched it at all, they really had worked their way to this episode because it looks like they had like a really tumultuous relationship to begin with. Um, this is what I want to say now. I'm not the biggest Kenya Moore fan, but God knows the lady. I guess she does great reality TV. What I mostly want to talk about though is that man and woman or their dynamic within that marriage. If you have ever watched the this particular reality show, you know that Kenya Moore has wanted a husband for a very long time. She's wanted a child. She's wanted a family for a very long time. She talked about her childhood and how she really felt abandoned by her mother. There was even an episode, I dare say, where she went to see her mother, and her mother really didn't want to see her. So, you know, it's a reality show. Some of it may be scripted. I don't know. I don't know. But it looked like very real emotions. It seemed like Kenya has a lot going on. You know what I mean? She has a lot going on mentally, as far as, you know, she probably wants some things and wants to work very hard towards getting those things, and they just always seem to be out of her grasp. Okay, because we were all shocked. Come on, when we found out that Kenya actually got married, because I don't care what relationship she seemed to had gotten herself into on the show, it always went bad. And so I was under the impression that she had finally got married and she was happy and so forth, had got off of the reality show. But once she got back on there, y'all, we saw nother a whole nother perspective of what was going on. Because what it looks like to me is that he never really respected Kenya. He never talked to her as if he really was so in love with her. Now he was so in love with the child. And for a split second, you were almost saying to yourself, is Kenya jealous of her child? Because Kenya would get kind of jealous when he would show give so much attention to the child. Like they were supposed to go on vacation and he was saying he wanted to take the child. Anyway, all I'm saying is Kenya put up with a lot of stuff just to say my husband. That was a lot to put up with. He never took her side. I don't care how petty the little squabbles got or whatever. Whenever an opportunity was presented where he could have just taken his wife's side, he did not. He made sure of it. Um, even though it seems kind of petty to us, we know that, okay, if you're with your dude, nobody wants their dude to take somebody else's side in front of a million people. Now, when you get me home, explain to me why you think I'm wrong. But don't do it to me in front of a whole bunch of people. Please, sir. Please. Can you pretend like we're together? I mean, I'm just saying. So Kenya was a mess. Kenya actually would lose her voice. And I don't mean physically, but I mean, y'all know how Kenya is. She quick to say something. She quick to have an opinion. She quick to do anything. But whenever she was around Marc, she, just like Portia said, look at her looking like a church house mouse. Y'all saw that she didn't lie. She didn't lie. Whatever he said, she would just humbly just agree with whatever he said. It was just crazy, and it was so crazy how she was almost begging for his attention. She was almost like begging for his attention, and he just would not give it to her. Even when she came out, and come on, she got a bad body now. Kenya looks good now. She might do some petty crazy stuff, but Kenya does look good to be. She got to be 50. Kenya got to be 50. 49, 50. She got to be something. But she looks good. She looks good. I don't know if she exercised for it. I don't know if she paid for it. I don't care. She looks good. He didn't even compliment him. He didn't have. Marc didn't compliment her on the way she looked. And to be honest with you, I've never seen him on camera. Now, I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I'm just saying I've never seen it where he complimented her. I said, baby, you look beautiful. Or my wife is gorgeous. Just never heard it. And that thing at that charity event when he got up to speak and he didn't even acknowledge her at all. It must have been some stuff behind the scenes, because he just really put on like, listen, I'm here. You better be glad I'm here. And that's it. Ugh. Some of us, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, my fellow women. Some of us get in relationships where they treat us like dirt. Like dirt. And we sit down humble, as like the girl say, as a church house mouse, and it did not get her anywhere. Now, please believe I'm not telling y'all to go out there and be loud and obnoxious with your dude, but I don't know, behind closed doors, I felt like maybe that foolishness should have been over before that period of time. Because I cannot imagine somebody just treating me like that and me taking it just because I want to be with a husband. That doesn't make any sense to me. And nobody can convince me that just started on that scene. That's something that probably was a buildup. That's something that he had probably been doing. And for all intents and purposes, Kenya appears to be a very strong woman. But like I said, she got a lot going on. I think she probably got abandonment issues. She probably got a lot going on. And I'm praying to God that little baby is in therapy. Because she needs to deal with them, because she does not need to continue to pick the same guy. You know what I mean? Marc was really the same guy. He was the same guy as them other ones that she dated, and she got the same result. They all silly, all crazy acting, treating her like she's not a queen. If you're in a relationship with somebody, yes, you are. You're their queen, and they're supposed to treat you like that, just like you're supposed to treat them as if they're the king. See what I'm saying? In that relationship, you might not have a title. You might not be the Duchess. You might not be the Queen of England. But you the queen of whatever relationship you in. Yes, you are. So I really felt bad. Now, this is something I wouldn't normally say. I felt bad for Kenya. Go figure. I felt bad for Kenya. I really felt bad for Kenya, the way that he treated her. And the way that it appears that he had been treating her, period. Like I said, she got totally quiet. He just snatched her voice right out of her, because he would talk for her and everything. It won't be Ken. Had her to call that lady Ken. Baby, he'll come up with a better nickname than that. You hear me? I mean, he could have baby, sweetheart, honey, sugar. Ken? What? Look, dude. I mean, woo! Now, how he would have felt if she'd have started calling him Marcelle? How about that? I don't know. So she did a lot. I mean, oh my gosh, she just got so small. She just got so small when she was with him. And y'all, that's not what relationships are about. Okay. And I'm a woman that believes in submission. I know people don't like that word. I believe in submission to your husband. Watch out now. Whoo, gotta catch it because it was quick. With your husband. Huh? So, all these relationships, I'm just talking about with your husband. I'm talking about people that's just dating and getting to know each other. Again, I'm talking about within a committed marriage. Okay, that's my opinion now. That's my opinion. I don't have to agree with that. Y'all can submit to all these Tom, Dick, and Harris. Y'all can submit to all of them if you want to. That's your business. Um, but yeah, I'm a woman that believes in submission, but I do not believe in losing your voice. And when I say submission, I mean submission upon a, I want a head of the household. Okay, yeah, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with following. I'm all right with somebody leading. But you got to understand, you have to give me something to submit to. I'm not just submitting to anything and everything. Okay. I don't know. I digress. It's probably why I ain't married now. I'm just saying. Now, you got to give me something to follow now. You gotta give me something to follow. You gotta give me something to submit to. You gotta treat me like Christ treats the church. You gotta treat you. You gotta do all those things for me. You understand? Because you gotta love me like that. Okay? Because then I won't have any problem submitting to that. I won't have any problem submitting to that, dear heart. If you got a love for me like that, I got you. Hey, I got you. We in this together. I'm ready. And let me tell y'all something. Submission does not necessarily, for all the deep, wonderful folk, submission does not always mean I'm cowering down. Okay? You understand? Submission doesn't mean oh Lord, no. Submission is a beautiful thing in the right situation. Catch it. Don't catch it in the parking lot, catch it right now. Submission is a beautiful thing within the right context, y'all. Within the right context. So, I don't know. For y'all that saw that episode, I wish y'all would talk back at me. That really is my opinion. That poor Kenya. He did a little extra. And it really, and I would just say this. I don't care how petty that what's her name, Kenya is. That really showed his character to me. Okay, because I don't care how many problems they were having. There really was no reason that he should have had to treat her that way in public. I ain't for it in private either. Now, don't get me wrong. But in public, I mean, he could have made an effort, and it just looked like he was just all out of sorts that night. You know what I'm saying? He was all out of sorts that night. He walked by. You walked by your master of ceremonies and didn't speak. It wasn't that many people in the room. You could have said something. I'm just saying he was all out of sorts that night. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he was out of sorts and some other stuff had went down that we were unaware of and not privy to. But yeah, the way he treated her that night, or the way it was edited and looked like he treated her that night. And it seems like she is echoing this sentiment as well. Like it was not an act, like this is really what happened. And some of the other people, some of the other folk that were on the show are saying the same thing. That it was just bad. It was just bad. And it's never a good excuse to treat somebody that you call your wife, that you thought enough of to give your last name, that you thought enough of, that y'all was creating a whole human being. Y'all were procreating around here. And so you, the mother of one of your children, I hate I had to say that, but the mother of one of your children, you would walk around here and treat like that. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. Because I don't care what y'all going through, y'all. Remember, when you're in a committed, and I'm just, for my purposes, I'm saying committed marriage relationship. If you're in a committed relationship, we can even go there. That person is still representative of you. Y'all are representative of each other. So it would behoove you not to treat each other any kind of way and disrespectful. I be wanting to argue. So I admit that I have been wrong, and I got some bad habits from my previous relationships. You understand? Because I'm one of them people where I be like, well, hell, be act up bad. I get totally immature. It's immature and not called for. And so that's something that I had to work on. You cannot get it popping wherever you're at. That's a sign of immaturity. Okay? Because your problems shouldn't leave your house. Talk amongst yourselves, and don't make everybody privy to your problems. Y'all seek help, seek counseling, do what you need to do within your relationship. Because some people just waiting for your relationship to crumble. Some of them just waiting. Some of them just waiting. People don't everybody does not mean you well. All right, I have talked enough. All right, y'all know what I'm going to say. I want y'all to subscribe. I want y'all to like. I want y'all to share. And then I want y'all to turn on y'all notifications. I appreciate y'all listening to me. And I thank y'all again for subscribing. I saw another subscriber. I appreciate you. Y'all take care.